Let's be realistic, people. Why would I use this over this while working at home? Think about it.
Please hang up and try again.
Hey, what's up everyone? Louis Tran here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Apple Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. Now, this is specifically for the 11-inch model, and I've had this for about 2 months. Unfortunately, all my business and personal travel plans have been canceled due to COVID, so for the most part I've been using this indoors. Now, the whole point of this setup is to take it out and about, but I've been pretty much limited to using this from one room to another. Now, right when I first got this and was holding the box, I could already tell that it was going to be heavy, and there is a very noticeable difference between this and the Folio keyboard. Now, the keyboard weighs at 601 grams, about the same weight as the iPad itself, which makes sense for this type of design to act as a counterbalance for the tablet. Now, the weight of the keyboard, it stops becoming an issue after you get used to carrying it around for a few minutes, but keep in mind that this keyboard might not fit the tablet pockets on some backpacks because it does increase the width a little bit. Some tablet pockets are made for the exact size of a 10.5 to an 11-inch iPad. Now, if it will fit your old Folio, it might not fit your new Magic Keyboard. Because of the weight, the keyboard feels solid and very well built. I really like how the keys feel in comparison to the Folio keyboard. No more of that mushy butterfly bullcrap, but more of an actual mechanical keyboard. As some reviewers have pointed out, the typing experience is similar to the keyboards found on the newer MacBooks. I don't really mind the absence of the function keys because I've gotten used to all the shortcuts the iPad has had over the years, but the design placement of that top row is too close to the bottom edge of the iPad. I think it will bother those with larger hands and people who move their hands up and down when they type. The backlit keys, I think they're definitely a welcome addition. Using it on the lap, it still isn't as good as a laptop, but it's much less awkward to use than the keyboard Folio. I thought that the trackpad would be annoyingly thin, but it's not so bad, and it's very, very responsive. I think I am more impressed with the trackpad than the actual keys on the keyboard. The gesture experience, the swiping, scrolling, etc., it's very similar to that found in the MacBooks. So again, I've used this for about 2 months, and some people may be wondering, is this a computer, and if it could replace a laptop? Short answer is yes to both. But is it better than the actual laptop desktop computer experience? Now, that depends on your own personal use cases. If the iPad was my main device and if I were to use this very often, I would most probably say that this would be the way to go. But the thing is, it's not. Even with the release of the new iPad OS 14, it's still not a laptop-like experience. I don't want to get into the details of the operating system limitations, but my workflow consists of working on multiple spreadsheets side by side and juggling that data in between other applications. I mean, it is possible to do that on the iPad, and obviously the new Magic Keyboard does improve the typing experience, but it really doesn't add anything new to the usage experience that we don't already have. At least, not now anyway. Sure, you have the trackpad, which is nice, but after using the touchscreen alone on the iPad for so long, I don't use the mouse capabilities as often as I thought I would. I honestly tried real hard to make this my only device, but if I had another tool that was readily available, such as my MacBook Pro, that does a better job for making my money, then obviously I would use that. But make no mistake, the iPad itself is an excellent complement to a Mac and even a Windows device, and can handle a majority of everyday tasks. A lot of us work within a browser using cloud-based devices, and the iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard is very capable of doing all of that. So the big question is it worth $300 to $350? I mean, if your work is mostly done on a desktop or a MacBook because of your workflow and application needs, then $300 is way too much to pay for a web surfing, media viewing device where you end up just popping off the keyboard anyway. I mean, if you need a keyboard to just type on occasion or do minor work, the keyboard folio paired with a Bluetooth mouse or simply using the touchscreen alone is more than fine. If budget is no issue, then I would say absolutely go for it. Now this is as close to a viable MacBook touchscreen experience as it gets. Alright, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.